Hey guys, it's me, Hannah, again. A lot of people were calling me Anna in the comments. It's Hannah. No hate, no worries. I just wanted to pronounce it more. First of all, the comments on my last video, I was expecting it to get no views. I was expecting, I made that post just in case there was one person who would give me guidance and it was going to be like the best thing that ever happened to me. But more of to help me vocalize and verbalize like what I have issue with in my life versus what I want in my life and what I'm missing. I'm the type of person who, if I don't verbalize it, I don't understand it, and I basically just keep talking, and then eventually it clicks. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's ADHD or if it's just the way my brain works, but that's how it is. And there was about 9 comments, and every single comment was telling me, you're not alone, you are okay, I'm praying for you, I hope you get through this. Some of them, multiple people, paragraphs and paragraphs giving me advice, and I can't thank you enough for that. There was no need, there was no point, but you felt compelled to. And thank you. Because it inspired me to make this. This is a course of action. I might as well just be basically vlogging my journey, but not really vlogging. Just to keep me motivated, I guess. Again, as I said, verbalizing, documenting. I feel like it is a good way to hold me accountable. So, there's that. Just thank you. Someone even found my TikTok and message requested me there. Thank you. You are solely the reason why I went back onto that YouTube video. It's an entirely different account. I went back on that account and I went to read the comments, and I was given nothing but support, nothing but advice. Thank you. I don't know. There's not much else to say about it, but I appreciate it. And it's obviously an emotional topic, and emotion is motivation. So you guys motivated me. So thank you. My plan for tonight was, because I never studied all fucking day, which was supposed to be my study day, I took an Adderall pill, which I am prescribed. So now I'm basically up all night. These are bad choices, bad habits, bad ways to deal with my issues. And even though I harmed my health in the way, I was just gonna sit on my phone and scroll on TikTok for another 30 minutes. It's more of 3-4 hours until I realize that I need to get my shit done. And as I said, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed at what I do and what I choose to do, even though I say to my boyfriend, like, hold me accountable. He tells me to do my stuff and I say no. I am the reason why my life is like this. So, I got my ass up, I got my computer out, and I made a document. Again, verbalizing what I need to do. I rewatched that video, which I told myself I wasn't gonna do because I'm just gonna cringe at myself. Like, I'm just gonna think I look bad, never want to do it again. But I thought, it would give me some insight. I do want to travel. I do want to see the world. But I also do want to be a nurse. And I do want to be educated. I love learning. That's a strong suit of mine. I actually want to learn these things. I love anatomy and the human body. And I want to learn about that. And for one of my classes, it was my philosophy class. We started reading the Seneca letters and little tiny excerpts. And it really resonated with me for multiple reasons. And one of them being isolation, which we will get to, but the other saying that you can travel the world, but nothing is going to change. You can travel, but you will still have issue because you are the issue. I only wrote down one quote, and it's actually quoting Virgil, and it's, "Still your faults will follow you wherever you go." No matter where I am, my issues will still be there. So no matter if I drop out, if I stay, if I drop out, go live in the fucking wilderness, versus if I stay, nothing will change. And after doing all of that reflection, this has only been like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of reflection, so it's not too deep. Oh my god, I feel like an idiot. This is gonna be a long ass video, and I'm actually thinking that I'm talking to people, and I need to remove that mindset because I gotta do it for me. Or just, not to sound pick me, but like, I'm speaking to no one, and I really think I have an audience after one video. Okay, whatever. So, I literally, oh my god, these notes are so, this is, how many pages? This is 8 pages. It's all bullet points, double space, so like, half of it, but whatever. So, with those quotes, I searched for a more internal issue, and it's more of my day-to-day life. It's not whether or not I'm here in college. It's not if I'm out in the mountains. It's what I do with my day-to-day life that lacks. I do nothing. I do nothing all day, every day. I wake up, go to my classes, say I'm gonna do homework, then I actually go on my phone, then my boyfriend comes over, then we say we're gonna do homework, get way less done than I should, then we chill out, he goes home. And it's 11 p.m. and I go to sleep. That's basically every single day. There's not been a single day where we haven't hung out in like a month. I know it's bad. I don't necessarily have a reason, but in my conscience, deep in the back of my mind, I know it's bad. I know this isn't good. For me or for him. So knowing that traveling isn't going to fix the problem, I need to fix myself. And like, this is a hefty task. I don't understand how I can see this and I care so much to fix it now when people just naturally get to that point. Maybe it is the ADHD. I can never tell what it is. But it seems like other people, all they want is like the partying, and then they get through their classes, and then like suddenly their brain develops, and then they learn about their careers. But I feel like I can't do that. I feel like I have to fix myself now. I can't gradually learn and develop. I can recognize these things, and I need to fix them now. And the only way I'm going to do that is this motivation needs to stay. For the motivation I have right now needs to stay tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and I still need to have this drive. And that's what I'm scared of. I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna say, who cares, tomorrow, and I'm not gonna do shit. And I'm not gonna do shit the rest of my life. Because that's how it always ends up. I always make these big plans, not as big as this. And then I always fall through. It's scary, but I have to commit to this. And the only way I'm going to commit to this is to fully commit. And I can't take tomorrow off, and I can't take the next day off. And then there's just the lazy part of me screaming that I should give up. Lazy part of me saying like, oh, I'm not gonna do this tomorrow. But the thing is, I have to. I need to do this now. That's sort of the preface. Let's go into the list now. I titled it, What Do I Want? Step 1, make a list of goals, aspirations, and dreams. And this is more broad. I don't have to start this now. These aren't necessarily steps, phases, or anything. It's just things I need to do. I guess all simultaneously. I can't even get into like how I would do them simultaneously, but whatever. I need to make, a big old bucket list of every single thing that I want to do, and just keep adding to it whenever I think of something else. It's verbalizing these goals out and gives me hope that I'll actually achieve them. Then next, I have focus on self-care and health. Someone resonated with me saying how they felt so depressed because of how terrible they were eating. And I also know that eating is literally your energy source. What you put into your body affects your body, like no shit. But when I'm eating 99-cent noodles, ramen, when I'm ashamed of myself, I push back eating. I tell myself I shouldn't eat. I shouldn't eat, not because I think I'm fat, but because I'm mad at myself and I punish myself. And I know that that's a whole nother thing, more of a self-sabotage, self-destructive. But the same thing goes for sleeping, and the same thing goes for taking my Adderall at 9 p.m. just to make myself stay awake, when I could have gotten good sleep and done my homework during the day. I put on this list no more drinking, no more smoking, which is something I've already stopped doing, but I got a little weak with it and smoked 3 times this week. And learned to eat sustaining food. I can talk to a nutritionist, we have that. I don't know how helpful they're gonna be, and I don't know with the dining hall food or what I have in my dorm, how that is going to play out. But I have to try, and I will try. This week, especially, has been so terrible in terms of lack of energy, to the point where I didn't feel depressed, but I felt the fatigue of depression and the lack of energy, lack of motivation to do anything. Starting with last Saturday night, I don't even remember my weeks. I don't even remember when any of this stuff takes place. But I smoked on a Monday or Tuesday, and then the next day. And I completely missed my classes, sleeping in till 1 p.m., even if I go to bed at 12. Just not caring. I don't want to do any of my work. I'm not trying. When I had an exam the next day, I was not studying. Usually my anxiety kicks in, or the procrastination kicks in, and I'm oh fuck, I need to study. I didn't even. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. just to start studying. And it was just that same cycle over and over again, where I tell myself I need to do something, and then the hours pass by and I still haven't done it. And I'm just in bed. And then I drank on a Thursday because it was Halloween. And then the next day, I did go to my classes that day on Friday. Almost fell asleep with them. It was only a 9:10 and a 10:20 class. So I came back home at 11:30 and went to bed until 2. So I think it is so important for me to choose my body. Fill myself with food that will help me. And sleep. Sleep is important, obviously. I need to fix my fucking sleep schedule. It's 2 in the morning, 1:55 in the morning. I need to fix that. I think waking up same time every day would be so helpful. Next, ties into more of the issues in my life, the internal issues of I need to include variety into my life. Right now, I have school and my phone and my boyfriend, which I use at the same time. So just school and home, school and lazy, school and unproductive. I don't even study anymore, I swear. I do a little bit, but never enough. And that sets me up for failure. I have no hobbies, no interests that I could name off the top of my head, or that I am continuously doing at this moment in my life, or any moment in my life. In recent years, I don't do anything with my life. That's the issue. So what do I do about it? I wrote down a couple of things. Like, I need a sport, some form of exercise, which will also help my happiness and productivity, a creative outlet, because I used to be so creative. It's not in me anymore. I'm so lacking in creativity, and that's just sad. It's sad. It's pathetic. I'm lacking community. I need some form of community. I do have friends. I'm kind of like, I had my roommate and then we got into a huge fight, and I can't really see that relationship the same anymore. We're still friends, but like, then I tried sort of inserting myself into 2 other friend groups, but you know, I'm the annex of the friend group in both of them, which I get it, I joined late, but I don't have anyone other than my boyfriend, and I know for a fact that he only has me. He only has me because we've had each other since we entered college, and I am more outgoing than him. He is more introverted, social anxiety. He didn't put himself out there. He doesn't have friends. And I'm the only person he has, so we spend a lot of time together. I know that needs to change. I also wrote on here holistic, like a holistic time or a holistic practice, as in like meditation. I could be reading, just something alone and something that is peaceful. I think if I included those 4 categories into my life, I would be a lot happier with myself. Next, I have being alone. So, during these times, I can't be on my phone. I can't be with my boyfriend. I can't just be in my bed. In the Seneca letters again, he mentions how the development of character and learning yourself is only possible through isolation. And by isolating yourself, you know, it's you and your problems. And it's a moment of self-reflection. Now I've been alone. I spend hours alone every day, but I'm on my phone, scrolling through absolutely fucking nothing that I could ever remember, countless, hundreds of videos per hour. And I don't remember any of it. And it does nothing for me. It doesn't benefit me in any single way. I think if I stay true to that, it will introduce those hobbies. See, they all sort of tie in together with one another. So that's at least good. They all help each other in a way. Then I said, find a way to be connected, yet offline. One of the comments was, you can't just cold turkey, like deleting everything, deleting all social media apps, because that doesn't break addiction. What breaks addiction is it being offered, it being presented, and you deny it. And then it's offered again, and you deny it. And until denying it becomes a habit. So that's what I need to do. It's a little bit different though, because I want to stay connected. There are people who I only have like their Snapchat, and it's people who I like need to be in communication with. I'm going on a trip to Colorado, and I should get to know the people I'm rooming with. Then, just in general, I want to know what's happening. There's something in me that, like, I just want to delete every single account, delete all posts, delete just the account in general on Instagram and Snapchat, and just completely get rid of it. But then, like, I feel secluded and isolated from every single one of my peers. Even though I can go and talk to them, it feels like if I delete these, I'm deleting these networks and friendships and connections. So I don't feel like I can delete it. The other thing is, Instagram is all about vanity. It's all about how you look. And again, the comments talking about like social pressures and how it destroys you. And obviously, Instagram is a huge social pressure to look beautiful and look like you're looking, or look super cool and sexy and look like you're having all this fun. It's basically to brag. Or it's to, for me, it's so others envy me. My posts on Instagram, you know, I look hot and sexy. These are planned photo shoots, edited photos, like just the filters. Like, these posts have no substance either. And shouldn't my Instagram be about me? Shouldn't my Instagram represent me and my likes and what I'm doing and what I want to post? I have a whole separate spam account just for things that I want to post. So, like, what the fuck? Why do I have an entirely separate account? Why is my main account just photos of me looking pretty? And the spam isn't really just like everything I want to post. It's still planned. So I think I should allocate everything to one app, and I would choose Instagram. And I would try to just post stuff that represents me and not what represents what other people want to see. Or I could just have no posts at all. There's so many people with no posts. I don't know. That one is definitely tough. Next, I said, choose what brings me peace. This ties back to the larger thing of, if all I want to do is travel, all I want to do is live in a van, then why am I here? Taking 4 years in the wrong direction. And I need to be able to decide and just speak for myself. I need to think what's going to bring me satisfaction, and I gotta go with that. No matter the consequences, no matter if I'm gonna be 12K in debt, because I do have to repay those loans. No matter if I'm away from my boyfriend, I gotta choose me. Because at the end of the day, at the end of my life, I'm gonna die. And why would I choose my moments here doing something I don't want to do? Why would I choose to be uncomfortable when, in my opinion, the point of life is to be fulfilled and happy? And then on a smaller, more short-term level, it's important to, one of my first obstacles is I can't do this because that means I have to spend time alone and my boyfriend wants to hang out and I can't say no to him. Or I'm very influenced by my boyfriend. And I feel like it's never the right way. I've told him for months that I want to quit smoking, and he doesn't hold me accountable for it. And then when I ask to hit his car, he gives it to me. Or he always tells me that he smokes, which, like, we've also already talked about how I have sort of an addictive personality. I get addicted to things one way or another very easily. And it's not just like I'm consuming massive amounts of alcohol. It's like addiction to self-harm, addiction to the fact that, like, I'm reliant. At a time in my life, I would, like, smoke every single 2 hours I would have free. And that's just not good. And you know, the saying is, you don't talk about alcohol in front of an alcoholic because you want them to get better. So maybe he just doesn't know that or see it in that way. And I gotta tell him that. And I gotta tell him, no, we can't hang out today. No, we can't hang out today. But the thing is, I could send him this long paragraph explaining all of these feelings. And I feel like he's not going to be supportive. Not in the way you would normally think, as in just no. But he wouldn't respect it. He'd still ask all the time, and then ask when I say no again, and then ask again, and then ask again, and I'm going to break. And I'm going to say okay. Or be disappointed, and I don't want to disappoint him. Or just when I'm telling him all of this, he'll refute it, and he'll say, why? You don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing that. And then I'm going to be like, okay, I don't need to be doing that. But then I'm still left with this feeling. And in microdoses, I've felt this way for a while. Micro thoughts, you know. He seems really supportive. He is really supportive, but not in all the ways that I need it. So I need to tell him that. And that is like the first step I need to take after this, because that's like the first thing holding me back, you know? That's the first thing. That's gonna be a tough one. Then I said, learn to conquer laziness and procrastination. And I feel like everything that I'm talking about will help with this. I think, like, the lack of motivation is because I'm tired all the time and I don't eat enough food, and I'm drinking, killing my brain cells, smoking, killing my brain cells. I'm doing all of these terrible things to myself, and it's affecting my everyday life. But even with all of those, the last obstacle, I can blame everything else, but I'm at fault. I'm the one choosing to say no. I'm the one. Let's say I have two options. At one, like, every single second, I have two options. One, I could have hopped on my computer and made this list and course of action and things that I want to do. Or the other thing I was going to do is just scroll on my phone and play Hay Day. And for once in my life, I chose to do the right thing. I chose to be here versus on my phone. And, like, to me, that's a phenomenon. Yeah, I said that right. To, like, most of the time. Earlier, I literally was at a study lounge with my boyfriend, and he was telling me, like, you need to be doing your work. I have an exam tomorrow over philosophy, folks. Books that I did not read. That's why I'm up right after this. That's the shit that I gotta do. And it's sorry, that distracted me. I chose to fucking play computer games that entire time, like 3 hours I was at the study lounge. And he's saying, like, you need to be doing work, I'm like, no. So it doesn't even matter what he says. It's me. I'm the issue. And again, the commenters said, you are the only person that can make things happen. You are the only, like, it is your choice, your responsibility. It is my responsibility. To take charge of my own life, it is my responsibility. And it made me think, I never really had to do that. I mean, obviously, like, my parents didn't do everything for me and coddle me, but they did enough to the point where I don't have work ethic or the discipline to make myself do things. You know, I can make an appointment, you know, refill a prescription. I can do small things, but I obviously can't do big things like this. Big things that take weeks or even days I wouldn't be able to do. You know, I was like, for my entire life, including now, things are sort of handed to me. You know, in high school, like, you have to be here from this time to this time. You do these classes, you get this work done. In college, it's literally like a career handed to me in 4 years. And they make the plan. I don't make the plan. If I were to travel, I am entirely in charge of my life, and I wouldn't take charge of it. That's why I think I am here, because it is comfortable. You know, they give me a 4-year plan all laid out. I gotta take these classes first semester, these classes second semester, and then next year you'll be doing this, and this. It's all planned. It's easy because I'm not in charge of it. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm upset about it. So, knowing that, it doesn't matter if I travel right now. I still want to do that, but I think I'm not just going to drop out now and then figure it out. I think I do want this education, so I'm just going to learn all of this. Change my character, change my discipline by doing all of this. And now I actually have written goals for the future. Is this gonna upload? We're at 40 minutes, bro. Shit. The last thing I have on here is learn to plan my day. And some people have been telling me to do this, and I thought, like, I don't really work on hour schedules. But at this point, it's worth a try. If I plan out my days, plan out my classes, then from like this time to this time, I do homework this time to this time, I'm free to hang out with people this time to this time, I need to stay home and be myself, this time I'm gonna go do blah blah blah. If I plan that out and stay to it, I have a lot more structure in my day-to-day life. Because like right now, I go to 3 classes and then the rest of the day is my own. And obviously, I choose to spend that in the wrong ways. So, if I give myself all of this structure and I follow it, I'm, 1, adding the substance to my life and the variety, and 2, I'm getting more things done with the procrastination, as well as like the sports and everything like that. And if I have, instead of just a to-do list of things, I can be satisfied with, instead of assignments, my day. Like it used to just be I have to complete math homework, anatomy homework, psychology homework. And that was my only goal for the day. Versus if I do this, I have goals that encourage me to have fun, goals that encourage me to meditate and take time to myself. And that's what a human needs, I feel, is variety. I can't do the same thing my whole life. But if I do multiple things over one day, I'll also remember my day. And my day will have been worth it. Another thing is, when I was talking to a psychologist, he said to write down all the things like that I have to do and that I want to do, and then I number them, and then I roll a die, and like 3 times, and I do those 3 tasks. That way it can be playing games or doing this assignment, and it's a mix of everything. I think it's a good plan. I have like more details afterwards, but I don't need to get into that. I still have it, I have all of this on page, but I think talking about it encourages new ideas and new topics, and I'm thinking about it more. So after this, what am I gonna do? I really have to pee. And then I'm going to make the time frame for tomorrow, plan my day for tomorrow, and then I gotta tell my boyfriend. And I will let you know. Hannah, you got this. Get your shit done.